Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing a crash course in Alice in Borderland Season 3, a totally unpredictable new reality.
That's right. Arisu and Usagi are back, yeah, but forget those face card games.
Gone. Replaced by challenges from the final Joker card.
Exactly. This season basically, well, it threw out the old rulebook. It forced everyone into challenges that weren't about, strength or speed.
More about internal endurance.
Pure internal endurance, yeah. We're going to look at how these new mechanics really shifted everything, tested their nerve, their strategy, and involved some brutal sacrifices.
Okay, let's start at the top. Game 1, Old Maid. Sounds simple, right?
Deceptively simple. 7 players, electrified table. You draw cards, discard pairs.
But if you're left holding the Joker, zap, electrocuted.
Right. And on the surface, it looks like pure luck. But the survival rate tells a different story. A really brutal 14.3%.
Wow. So not just luck then.
Not at all. The Joker, it changed the whole meta. It wasn't about avoiding bad luck. It was about, weaponizing the panic of others.
So the winner. Who was it? Ryuji Matsuyama.
Yeah, a psychopathology professor, interestingly enough. He won purely through composure, master deception.
How so?
Well, his goal wasn't just discarding pairs. It was about appearing terrified when he didn't have the Joker.
Ah, to make the others panic when they actually held it.
Exactly. He made their panic kill them faster than the bad luck could. Proving composure was key in this new Borderland.
Okay, so they ramped up the psychological manipulation immediately. What came next? Sacred Fortunes.
Sacred Fortunes, yeah.
Yeah.
At Hikawa Shrine, this one felt a bit like a diamonds game at first glance.
Right, solving riddles, math problems on these fortune slips, all within 60 seconds.
Super tight deadline. But it had this nasty twist.
It was.
The real challenge wasn't getting the answer right necessarily. It was about misdirection. Remember when Urisu had to guess the world population?
Yeah, and he missed it by, what, 100 million?
A huge miss. And that triggered the penalty, this massive barrage of flaming arrows. But that failure, the math part, was almost a distraction. The rule said, decipher the slips accurately.
Meaning, not just the answers.
Exactly. Meaning the slips themselves held clues, physical clues. Arisu figured out they formed a kind of hidden map.
Ah, leading to an underground tunnel for safety.
Right. So it forced this shift from calculation to, lateral thinking. Survival rate jumped up, though, 44% on that one.
Okay, so first panic control, then misdirection. And game 3, zombie hunt. That sounds physical, but you said it wasn't.
Well, not in the way you'd think. It becomes a game of ethical affiliation. Almost. It's complex on paper. 20 rounds, humans versus zombies, special cards like shotgun, vaccine.
But the cards weren't the main point.
Less important than the core goal, which was simply to have the largest group at the end. Didn't matter if you were human or zombie.
So it wasn't about fighting the infection.
No. It was a test of trust and maybe some cold utilitarian calculation. Arisu's team realized they were losing the numbers game as humans.
So they deliberately got infected.
They strategically infected everyone on their side, became the dominant zombie faction, over 50%, and secured the win that way. Survival, 50%.
Wow, that's a twist. Okay, now the semi-final. This sounds like the emotional core. Possible futures.
Oh, absolutely. This is where things get really intense. Players navigating 25 rooms, 15 rounds. You start with 15 points.
And every action costs points. Run out, and the collar around your neck.
Boom. Elimination. But what made it truly fascinating and cruel was the personal manipulation.
How so?
The walls projected possible futures, good ones, bad ones, all designed to emotionally torture players, make them second-guess, make errors based on hope or fear.
And Usagi's pregnancy complicated things massively, right?
Hugely. She counted as 2 players. Double the points needed, double the risk. It demanded incredible sacrifice.
Which leads to Arisa's big moment.
Right. In the 11th round, he makes this choice. Uses Usagi's second wristband, essentially sacrificing one of her lives to save others.
Cementing that this phase wasn't about calculation anymore. It was about destiny, choice.
Exactly, choice over calculation. It's the defining theme, really.
So pulling it all together, what does this shift mean? The Joker games weren't just clever puzzles.
Not at all. They demanded absolute psychological resilience. The complexity moved inward. It wasn't about spotting external traps, but navigating your own internal ethics, emotions, fears.
And the series wraps up with one last game. Arisu faces the Watchman.
Yeah, and he draws 2 cards. Both Jokers. It wasn't a game to be won, it was just a choice. Accept the Borderland or reject it.
Which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. We've seen sources suggesting something pretty chilling.
That the deaths in Borderland, like remember that player falling from the Tokyo Bingo Tower?
Yeah.
Well, the idea is that these moments might actually mirror the exact moment that person's physical body failed back in the real world. Like the game is just a reflection of your dying process.
So if that's true,
Right.
does that make the final choice Arisu made, about free will? Or is it just accepting the inevitable end? Something to think about.